I would love to say that this was an overnight success, but it was far from that. My life before I found Komuso was different. I was different. For me, anxiety was consistent, but never really too bad. I wasn't having like crazy anxiety attacks, but it was always like elevated. And that's what led me to my buddy who's a therapist. So he starts taking me through all these cognitive behavioral therapy techniques. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little lost. Finally, he's like, you know what? He's like, I just want you to breathe through a straw. Within 3 breaths, I went from being like stressed to pretty chill. And then it was all about why, what just happened? He was like, look man, it's pretty simple. Your breath actually controls how you feel. That's when I came home and I'm like, Vanessa, just breathe through the straw. My wife is an extremely creative person. She's an award-winning designer. I was like, I don't know, figure this out, because I know I'm gonna use a straw, I just don't know how it's gonna work. And she came up with the idea like 24 hours later.
I sat from, I wanna say 6 o'clock in the afternoon to 8 o'clock in the morning, did not sleep at a table, and I was just going through drill and materials and just trying to sketch and get ideas and make it come to life. And then suddenly, you know, we have the wooden piece and it's like, there's something here.
The necklace idea didn't happen until we were at an art walk and we ran into this guy selling ancient flutes. We're like, well, what's the story here? And he's like, oh, these Komuso monks use this flute to meditate, but they're huge. You know, it's like this 16-inch long flute, like we're not gonna carry that around. We took a walk after that and it was like, wait a second, we're not gonna carry a flute, but what if it's an accessory? What if you wear it?
I needed something that was gonna be close to my heart. Your stress and your anxiety is something, it's your journey in your own life. So for me, it's like, if I'm gonna implement something that's gonna help me through that, then I want it to be close to me. I want it to be something personal. When we first got the initial samples, it was surreal. It was great because it came to life.
Then came literally 2 years of our therapist friend testing the device. The research suggested that about an 8 to 10 second exhale is going to calm your nervous system by getting to your vagus nerve, which is the largest nerve in your body. That's what calms you, right? So after those 2 years, we came up with the length and circumference that would support that 8 to 10 second exhale. So we launched it and the first reviews started coming in and it was wild because we had people who would quit their anxiety medication after 20 years. Smokers would use it to quit smoking and vaping. We had athletes using it to train. You know, moms using it with their kids. And it was like, whoa, like we didn't realize that it was going to be that big.
The shift has been such an instrumental piece in my life, teaching me how to navigate life in a calm, healthy way. And that's the reason where we're so passionate with Komuso is we honestly want to help people. Coming from where we come from and the stories that we have, we know what it feels like to be there. And I see my kids and I'm like, in no way do I ever want them to have to go through this. I want them to have the tools to be able to navigate through the storm whenever the storm comes.
We all have anxiety. It is normal to have anxiety because we have to sense dangers in our environment, but we can control the levels of it because the anxiety can spike to where it's unhealthy. And that's where breathing can come in like a governor and just lower those amounts to where you can get yourself back. Within 3 breaths of using this, I can just feel the tension leaving me. And it's not that it automatically makes you better, but it gives you something that I didn't realize was that important, and that's clarity. When you can think clear and make that a habit, your life can change. If you do breathe through a straw to practice breathwork, awesome, like keep doing it. But if you want to commit to the practice and you really want to feel it, the necklace is going to get you to do it.